Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another. Yeah, let's make it a prog review. Another thrilling prog review today. Um, we're doing a Zappa original motion picture soundtrack. This was released last year. Um, when was it released? 7th of May, 2021. I have seen the Alex Winter directed Zappa documentary. I've seen it a couple of times because I showed it on the BBC. I showed it on BBC Four. Um, yeah, it's not bad. It's interesting. It's all right. It's okay. There's a lot. There's a lot of ground to cover. Maybe I should do a review of the film. And can I do that? Am I allowed to do that? Could I do the film and the soundtrack in one review? Is that doable? I don't know. Maybe it is. Yeah, all right then. Well, anyway, the documentary is directed by Alex Winter. Alex Winter, I don't know if you're familiar. He's the fella from Bill and Ted. He's the one that isn't Keanu Reeves. He's the other fella. And since Bill and Ted, he was in a really good. He was in a really good movie called, was it called Freaked or something, in the 90s, which has got completely forgotten. And the practical special effects now is something to behold. But yeah, since then he's turned his hand to directing, and the Zappa documentary was something that was a bit of a labour of love. He again worked many years on it and had access to Zappa's extensive archive, and it's told in a chronological order. Trying to remember how long it is because I haven't got the Wikipedia page. I think it's about 2 hours long. But yeah, it's culled from various interviews and whatnot. And there's obviously there are new interviews from people that surviving members of Zappa's entourage and family. So yeah, I mean it's a fairly detailed. Again, the problem with Zappa is that he did so much. And there's so much ground to cover. And my problem with the documentary is I always got the feeling it was skimming. There was a lot of skimming over things because really, unlike the Sparks documentary, which was overly detailed, with the Zappa documentary, I got the feeling it just whizzed by. It just went, because in his first 5 years of music production, you go from Freak Out to, only in it for the money and 200 Motels, and all that's in between. I can't remember how many albums there are, probably about 7 or 8 albums in such a short period. So, some of those are, doubles like Freak Out and 200 Motels. So there's an awful lot of material to cover. You could do like 20 minutes on 200 Motels alone. So I always got the feeling it was kind of skimming past. So to the casual observer, it's a very good introduction to Zappa and his world. But to somebody who's been around the block a bit and seen so many things and listened to so many of his albums and whatnot, it does feel a little bit. It does feel a little bit of a rush, So, it's almost like the antithesis of the Sparks one, where the Sparks one tended to linger on albums and periods where the band were pretty fallow, i.e., they didn't have much, chart success, and creatively they'd hit many a cul-de-sac. It dwelled. Whereas Zappa, it was the opposite. You just felt, can we have a bit more detail on this and a bit more. And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's a bad documentary, but I could have sat through 4 hours of it. It didn't drag. It went on pretty quickly, and you got to see the extent of Zappa's work because he'd covered an incredible amount of time, and so that brings us on. He says that's not bad. That wasn't bad considering I wasn't even thinking of doing it. I just kind of ran at it. That brings us to the soundtrack. Now, there are 2 versions of this, and I went for the cheap version because this was in the HMV sale, January sale, or Christmas sale, or whatever you want to call it. And I always get I always buy one thing in the sale, and it was this and the Supergrass compilation. They did a two for deal, and so I got 2 double albums for cheaps, and I got this one. I wasn't going to buy it because I'm not really, I thought, soundtrack, and some of the stuff on it I've heard, and some of it I haven't actually. I'm not that familiar with. The side 4, the more these more orchestral, classical side of things, I'm not that familiar with. So yeah, it's a double album, but there's also a big box set as well. Where I'm just going to pull that up because the track listing's slightly different. There's so many varieties of these things. It's just so hard to keep. You also have, like I say, there's the two LP. You've also got a 3 CD, which is probably the best for the best bang for the buck. That's probably the best one. And then you've also got the 5 LP box set. So you get 3 extra discs, and it's configured slightly differently. And I'm sure the booklet's the same. But yeah, I think the 3 CD. Looking at the 3 CD, that's probably the best one to buy, because you get the original documentary score, which is lacking from this. This is pure. That's the reason why I got this. Is it's purely the Frank Zappa tracks, and not the. I've forgotten the title. I've forgotten the name of the composer. Did I just say it then? No, I didn't. I don't think I did. Oh, Darren. People ask me, "Do you write any of this down?" No, I don't. I tend to run at it because I'm an idiot. John Frizzell wrote the original documentary score, but I wasn't that interested. I thought also it was in the sale, and this again, considering it's only over 4 sides, it covers an awful lot of material. So it opens with Motherly Love from Freak Out, Memories of El Monteo, In the Sky, The Duke, from Live at the Whiskey A Go Go. So it intersperses studio with live material. How Could I Be Such a Fool? Absolutely Free, from We're Only in the Money. Call Any Vegetable, love that track. Road Ladies, Cheap-Ins, Apostrophe, Sofa. That's just the first disc. Record 2, Black Page 1, number 1 piano version. Moe's Vacation, Dancing Fool. That was taken from the Saturday Night Live performance. Valley Girl, which he did with his daughter, Moon Unit. From Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch. The Meek Shall Inherit Nothing. Great title. HR 2911. From the Mothers of Prevention album. Envelopes 1983 original vinyl mix. Does that make it special? Oh, there's so many mixes, isn't there? From London Symphony Orchestra Volume 1. Get Whitey from the Yellow Shark. G-Spot Tornado from Yellow Shark, and Watermelon in Easter. Hey, live. So yeah, you've got quite a collection there to get through, and I thought it was really good. I thought it worked really well, especially if you're not familiar with his the gamut of his material. It's okay, yeah. It's a bit like the documentary itself. It's a bit of a brief, whiz through, but you do get a sense. You do get a sense of his career. Even though it's the briefest sense, because again, you might again just get the 3 CD edition, but then you get the original soundtrack as well. There needs to be another one, but it's just all the Zappa tracks. They'll probably do that. The 4-disc edition. But yeah, I thought it worked really well. I sat and enjoyed it. But the revelation again was the last side, the orchestral, classical side of it, and there were some bits on it. There was one track, and again, I can't remember which name it was because I didn't make a note of it. But there was one track on it that I could hear where Tortoise had been heavily inspired. Because there was a very similar phrase in Tortoise track I know. Again, I can't remember the name of it because I'm an idiot. Don't come here for insight or to be educated. Just come here to watch the burblings of no one. That's about right, isn't it? I'm here to make you giggle. I think Zappa would approve of that, wouldn't he? He'd approve of these reviews. I think it's a very Zappa review. So let's have a look at it. Look, he's having a fag. I'll tell you, Frank, it's going to kill you, It's going to kill you. And oh, did you hear that crack then? That wasn't my joints for once. And but see, I've got a surprise for you. I've got a surprise. Do you know what the surprise is? Look at this. Look. I kept the sticker and I put it. Well, I just banged the microphone there. Sorry, headphone users. Look what it's saying. Crystal clear vinyl. Yeah, it's the crystal clear edition, which means you can almost see me through it. Look, here I am. I'm Frank Zappa. Look at that. Wow. Of course, we all know that vinyl, in its natural state, polyvinyl chloride, is completely clear, and that they add the black to it to make it look black. So black vinyl is actually coloured vinyl. Mind blown. If only, is black a colour? I don't know. We had that debate. I can't remember. And you even get a little insert as well. Look. There's a little insert, which is quite nice. Him wistfully looking out of the window with a fag. Am I going to get demonetised for saying that? Cigarette. Sorry. You know what I mean. I'm from the UK. Words have different meanings over here. But unfortunately, the algorithm cannot contextualise their meanings. And so I've probably been demonetised for saying the cigarette word. And there we go. Clear vinyl again. Wow. And once again, you live vicariously through me. But I thoroughly recommend it. I thought it was really good. And again, if you're more of a CD person, definitely go to the CD, because I reckon, you get even more Zappa, you get even more tracks. Again, I always stimp on the I wouldn't download, man. They scrimp and I'm not going to get that back in. I don't want to bend you up, Frank. Let me just talk amongst yourselves. See, you want to do it that way? Went in easy. So yeah, definitely go and look at the 3 CD edition, because that's only about 15, 16 quid at the moment. I'm sure it might even be cheaper. So yeah, there's a lot of Zappa. But yeah, I thought it was well worth checking out. Again, if you're not into him and you want like an easy greatest hits, again, it's not really greatest hits, but if you want a good précis of his career, you could do worse. I mean, I thought it was good. Don't think of it as a soundtrack. Think of it more of as a very, very quick and easy overview of his material. And of course, there'll be diehard fans that go, "Oh, they've missed this out and this, that out." But I think again with the time constraints, I think they did a good job. Anyway, better do the thing, haven't I? So yeah, I've been talking about Frank Zappa, or Zappa, the original music motion picture soundtrack, which I think is really worth having a listen to. And again, if you're on a budget, get the CD, because, I mean, crikey, the actual expanded 5LP one, it's over 100 quid. I got that for just under 20. It's not bad. It's not bad, is it? It's only a few quid more than the CD. But I should have to download. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been entertaining. Hopefully Frank would approve. And we'll do this all again soon. There's only one more thing left to say. By now you should know what that is, and that is PROG on. Yes.